Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Cara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for another one today. Today I'm going to just be playing in some new makeup. I think I included most of the makeup on the thumbnail. So if you are interested in seeing me try out these new products, definitely keep watching this video. And if makeup is your therapy and your love, if it makes you happy and you want to hang out with someone that feels the same way, consider joining the community because I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So y'all, this is my second time filming this video. I am going to be using all of the same products, so I'm not necessarily trying it out all for the first time. I went to go edit and it was just like the card can't be accessed. I put it in the camera. I took the little piece out, put it in the card reader. It is just done. And the crazy thing is, it's this little card right here. Let's go ahead and retire this SD card, you guys. I've only used this SD card like for the 2 years I've been doing YouTube. So it's probably time for a new one. Most people probably have several cards. I only had this one, so thank you. Let's get into this. So on my face right now, I didn't even put moisturizer on. I was gonna try out this Natasha Denona Hygiene, and you're supposed to use it before moisturizer. I did put on a hydrating toner. So let's just go ahead and get started with that. Now, I have been using this for a while, but I don't think I've used it on camera. I did talk about it in my roundup videos because I really love this stuff. And it is a energizing and hydrating primer serum. Brian's here, so it's loud. That's just how it goes. All right, that's what it looks like. That's probably too much, but I love it. It's so nice. It makes my skin so dewy and glowy. Yes. And I was talking to somebody in my roundup chat that has oily skin, and I believe she was saying that it depends on what else she has with it, like what kind of foundation she uses with it too. That determines, I guess, the finish, and if it's whether or not it's going to be too oily. It's not too oily for me though. It's just right. So I love it. Now I have on some Keys Soul Care. I got this in the Trend Mood box, the Keys Soul Care. I have like 2 of these bombs. It's just regular, y'all. Like, there's nothing to write home about, but just wanted to have something on my lips because they be looking ashy. So that's the Hygiene. So you can just see it leaves your skin so glowy and just light sweat. I'm all about that light sweat look. Got a glowy hand. Okay, so that is my primer for today. And for foundation, we are going to be using the new Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. Okay, so here it is. And one of the things I've noticed about this foundation is that, you know, so many foundations that have come out this year have the skincare mixed in, but this one doesn't. It's just a straight foundation. So I know that some people will really like that because they, you know, use other skincare products prior to the foundation that you don't need it mixed in. I take the shade 11. I had a really hard time finding my shade online. Wait a minute. Hey, what's going on? What is going on?
I don't know.
Why does Marky have a microphone?
We didn't do it.
Okay, people aren't dressed. I'm showing parts of my arms I don't like. It was quiet before I started recording. I'm gonna let y'all know. As soon as I said I'm recording.
God, give me some jokes.
Marky, we are not going swimming just yet. If you'd like to put them on, you can, but we're not going swimming just yet.
Can I put on my some jokes?
I said you can. Okay, let me figure out what I was saying. Oh, I think that it is not easy to figure out what shade you take in this foundation. So I take the shade 11, and I found a store. It was one store nearby that had the foundation in store, so I went because I thought I was going to take like a 10.5. I thought I could have taken a 10 just looking at the descriptions, but this is an 11, which is a medium neutral shade, And even though this is neutral, I think it leans warm. So the warm shade, I think, was warm, if that makes sense. So let me just show it to you up close. Here's the packaging. See, my whole thing is this. Why are y'all using a microphone right now, right outside the room? Now, when I did this in the last video, I don't think I want to do it in this video because it was just too much. To me, this is a full coverage foundation. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be medium or you can do medium to full, but I was definitely able to cover up all of these freckles. It just was too heavy for me. So those swim trunks are a little big. I have the other ones for you. So y'all like this stuff. Y'all like this. I don't, because I can't get my thoughts out. I don't want to build it up to be full coverage is what I'm trying to say, because it was too heavy. And I'm not really going for the heavy look anymore. I'm just not. So I'm taking one pump let me get this going. So you can see it's not super runny, but it's not super thick. It's a nice consistency. It's nice for me. And I'm just gonna go ahead and tap it in. I think the match is perfect. Look at that match. I think that match is great. And I have been preferring to use my foundation with a sponge. Lately, I haven't even been doing makeup, y'all, for real. I've just been putting on concealer and calling it a day. So yeah, I'm actually glad to be doing this video a second time. And I'll go into that a little bit more when we talk about the bronzer, because I'm trying to think, what video did I have that look on? It was my last purchase or past video, and I just wasn't a fan. The eye look was great, but the complexion, I just wasn't a fan. But I had done so much work, I just couldn't start over. So, okay, so see, this is nice. Like, first of all, I don't know if it's the sheer glow or the Hygen primer, but this finish is woo, flawless finish, honey. Love it. It's glowy. It feels good. It's light. I just want to be great, y'all. They won't let me. I'm trying to do a little bit of pre-filming because I am going out of town. Who is she? Going out of town. It'd be my first time flying since 2018, pretty much. It's family vacation. Family. All right, so see, this looks good. And what I did in the last video was I built this up even more to cover all these freckles showing through. But then I feel like it is too much. It's too much. Like, you know, y'all know I don't be trying to look like Michael Jackson. But look at the color. The color is gorgeous. Like, it is a perfect match. And I'm happy. Again, one pump of foundation definitely clears up. You know, I didn't think I had any redness until I started wearing foundation. I'm like, oh yeah, I do have a little bit of redness in certain areas, and it clears it right up, evens it right on out, I should say. So that is that. Now let's move into the concealer. The concealer, I'm trying this out on camera for the first time, but love this stuff. This is the LYS Triple Fix Full Coverage Brightening Concealer. This is the shade MG5. One thing I want to share about concealer is I don't like my concealer to be too bright, you know, so this is a good shade for me. But I also want to show you, I have the Dior, what is this called? Skin Correct Concealer. I probably could have taken a lighter shade in this, but this is the concealer that I wear when I'm not wearing any foundation. It goes perfectly with my skin tone, and then I might use it to correct a couple of areas. I love this stuff right here. So good. So I know people have a preference. Some people like the under eye to be a little bit brighter. Some people like it to match. It just depends how I'm feeling. We're gonna go ahead with the LYS today. The thing with Brian in August is they play well, but it always has a tendency to go left. You know what I'm saying? Like, it starts out great, but then somebody ends up getting hurt, and I don't feel like it, you know? Oh my God. So I've been talking to a lot of people about this. The way that kids are, part of me blames myself for enabling certain behaviors, but another part of me feels like there's just something that has happened with this generation of children that they don't know how to play. And this is prior to COVID. They don't know how to play together, and they don't know how to use their own power of imagination and creativity, which we all know resides in children. Like, they have that naturally before it kind of gets hindered, you know, by the world. They don't know how to play. And like when I was little, I didn't even play outside like that, for real. I wasn't an outside girl. I did spend time outside, but I played with my My Child doll. Do y'all know what My Childs are? So My Childs were like the step up to me from Cabbage Patch Kids, because I didn't even have a black Cabbage Patch Kid doll. I had like the one with the red yarn hair. But when the My Child dolls came out, first of all, the My Childs had soft skin. It felt like little fur, and they had these little cute button noses, but they had black ones, and I had a black one, and her name was Jennifer. Anyway, my cousin and I, we would play store, we would play train, where we pretended that we were going on vacation. You know, we would be scanning our food on the table. That would be like the little, when we would ring up the food. It was just fun. And then we would imagine like our boyfriends were from New Kids on the Block. I'm just saying, Joey McIntyre. Okay, so my whole thing is like, kids, like, they don't know how to make anything up now. And so my thing is, first of all, look at this. This is flawless. It's flawless. It's great concealer. Like, come on. It's just as good as Pat, and it's cheaper. I love my Pat concealer, but I don't know. All the concealers that I've tried, Dior, this one. What else did I try? The Armani one. I gotta try that one again though. And the new one I have is Huda. I need to try that one again too. I've used the Armani a couple times, and the Huda maybe only once or twice. So I need to give those but a chance again. But the Dior in this triple fix, yes. Yes. So when I'm trying to get the boys to be creative and things like that, I have to do it with them, which really grinds my gears, because I don't feel like doing it with you. When I used to be at my grandmother's house and she was cooking, I did not go up to her and be like, can you play with me? Or I can't do, it's like, that was a time where I knew. She didn't say, hey, I'm cooking, don't bother me. And she would have never said that, but she would have never had to say it, because we saw that she was doing something for us. So we would just go off by ourselves and do what we were doing, because duh, she can't do what we need her to do, what we may want her to do, because she's cooking. These kids these days, they don't have that consideration or that common sense. And my boys, they're sweet boys. All these kids are sweet. I mean, I don't think these kids are just being like that on purpose, but it's like the world must stop. It must stop for what they need, and they don't really be needing nothing. They can't look for anything. They can't find anything. It could be in front of their face. I'd be like, hey, August, it's right here. He'd be like, over here? No, it's right here. It's right here. I don't see, is this like, I don't know how to help these kids. But it's gonna get worse before it gets better for me, because I be on them now. I be on them. They have to do as much as they can by themselves, like before you ask me for help. I'm about to start like the same rule at school, like that 3 before me. 3 before me. Don't ask until you have tried 3 times or ask three other people. Don't ask me 3 times. Powder, y'all, I think, I hate to say it, but I did purchase a couple things from the Chantecaille Sylvie sale. And this baby right here. So y'all know I have been ranting and raving about the Pat Mcgrath powder, under eye powder. This might have a leg up. Now let me tell you why first. Let me get the little brush. I'm just gonna use this BK Beauty 201. The reason that this powder has a leg up, first of all, let me show it to you. Now you know they have this, what I don't like is this denty packaging. I mean, it's supposed to do that, I guess, to represent some stones, like skipping stones. No. Look at the beautiful powder. And this powder, it is not powdery. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. Because Mama Pat's powder, honey, although that powder is great, don't drop that powder. Don't blow on the powder. Let me show y'all. I'm minding my business. You can't do nothing to this powder is going to, whew. Now, what I like about this powder though, can you see the sheen? This powder has like such a nice sheen to it. And this is the yellow, but the Chantecaille powder, see that? You're not gonna get any of that. You're not gonna put on too much. With the pat powder, I definitely have to tap off my brush and all that kind of stuff to make sure I do not put on too much. But like this, you know, it has a little bit of kick up, but I'm not saying kick up means anything. It really doesn't. But I am going through that pat powder, and I think I'm gonna go through it a lot quicker than I'm gonna go through this because I'm not gonna overuse it. I'm about to have to pause my filming to have a conversation because you don't have to be obnoxiously loud. You can be loud, you can play. I'm all for kids being kids. But when kids get obnoxious, I have no tolerance for it because obnoxious is right on the border of someone getting hurt. Now, I think this is a finishing powder for the entire face, whereas the Pat McGrath powder is just for the under eye. Now, some people do use the Pat powder for the entire face. I do not. It's just too much. Now, let's see. Does this Chantecaille, the Chantecaille powder, this is medium deep. I mean, you really can't even see it. It might not have the same amount of sheen, but this is just so nice. And like I can feel it right there. Like I can feel my pat, but it is just, I mean, I don't even know if that means anything to y'all, but this is nice. Oh my God, yes. I can't be in the practice of purchasing from Chantecaille too much because it's high, but it is, I mean, look at my face. Let me turn the lights off. Let's turn the lights off because sometimes the lights can, you know, wash things out. Let's just turn it all off here. All right, my ring light's still on, but I'll turn that off too. I mean, this is me now, like for real. It's still a little bit darker than real life, but I mean, I think it still looks good. Just so y'all know, it's not no light tricks here. Turn everything back on. Some of these powders can be real deceiving, and I've seen it in myself because you put on the makeup and it's heavier because I'm combating with the light, and then I look at myself in the mirror and I'm looking like Cruella de Vil. I'm not trying to do that. So less is more, and this is great. So now what we're gonna do is go into the Goa Bronzer from Chantecaille. And this is the reason that I'm glad to refilm this, because this bronzer, honestly, it is nice. A lot of people I hear talk about Goa. I think I should have gotten Serena, and I really wanted both, but that was gonna be too much because the Serena bronzer goes right along with the types of bronzers that I usually purchase. I don't go for like this super chiseled look. So I get something that's deeper than my skin tone, that's pretty neutral, that is more golden. This is definitely red. It is more red. And when I put blush on with this, the blush I used in the last video, it was a petal pink hot mess. I felt like it looked muddy and I was very sad, but I had to keep going and I had to fight my way through. So we're gonna use this bronzer today, and I'm gonna be real light with it because it was too much last time, honey. Okay, now see this? You can, my camera's not gonna focus for this. Let's see. You can actually push this in. Between this bronzer and that Sun Kiss powder from Chanel, these two products are very unique as far as the texture and feel. And I really like that it's not powdery. I don't know why powder is bothering me lately, but I just love that there's none of that. Like, I'm not gonna waste the product because of the formulation. This is gonna be probably a long chatty video, so get a snack, I guess. I should have said that in the beginning. Now, again, red undertone. And if you don't like that, I would not get this one. So I said in my video that I lost, I have to really practice how to work with this because it's deep, and the redness in it to me almost cancels out the need for me to wear blush. And I don't have a red undertone. I think my undertone is pretty neutral. This is the Sydney Grace bronzing brush, by the way, which is the one I use the most now. I feel like somebody's crying, and I'm about to go check. So let's see if y'all can see this, because I'm gonna have to. So I don't know if you can see it there, but like, I don't need to. It was just not working for me. It is a great bronzer, but I would make less mistakes with Serena. You know what I mean? This one, you put too much on, nope. But I have seen people lighter than me rock this bronzer, so I know I can. But if you don't like red, okay, you know what bronzer I have that has a red undertone? And I don't use it as much as the other one I have, the Gucci 4, the tan one. I don't use that one as much as Gucci 3. So you see that? It's dark. And I think if you don't wear the right blush with this, it's not gonna look good. I think I could probably do maybe like a Desert Orchid or something like that. But anything pink did not look good with this. You would have to do more of a red based blush, but pink and brown or pink and this red, it was not doing it for me. See, I think that looks good. Or maybe even like if I did a highlight, like a golden type highlight, but pink, no, nothing pink. Not for me anyway. Did not look good. I'm just gonna go up here in my hairline a little bit. And you know, I'm just looking for warmth. I'm not looking for like, I don't really contour. I'm not looking for snatched. I have a chipmunk face. I have chipmunk cheeks, and they're gonna stay. That's what's happening, and that's where it's at. It makes me look younger in my opinion. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just continue to just bronze here. See, and now that the boys are quiet, I'm concerned. Okay, let me know if you can tell the difference, because I see it here. I'm just trying to see where I see it in the camera. And I really like it, I do. But last time it was a hot mess when I put on the pink blush. I was like, why did I do that? Like this is for like bronze goddess looks, that's it. You can't do no other foolery with it, or it's not gonna look good. It's not. Now, if you have maybe a deeper tone or something like that, maybe, but on me, no. It's gonna make me look like I'm dirty. Just be light, be light. This is great. Now, let's stick with Chantecaille, because y'all know, not y'all know, I had to, because this is a pretty penny for this little, it's small, the Sunbeam highlight. So I have the highlight and I have a balm, and I'm gonna use both of those. Now, I believe, okay, so this is a cheek and eye shade, and I'm thinking that maybe it's designed as a blush light. The color of this is superb. I must admit it is. It really is. It's like, see that? It's dark enough to be a blush on me, but it's only going to be a highlight on certain complexions, but it's dark enough, I think, for me and lighter tones to be a highlight and a blush. So that's what I'm going to do, and that's what I kind of been wearing, this as a highlight and a blush. It is very, very beautiful. So let me just go ahead and put that on. See, I'm still borderline with this color, but this gives me like I've been in the sun, sunburnt. Which can be a look, it can be a vibe, you know, it can. But it's not gonna be my all the time vibe. This is very natural looking, and I am gonna bring it on the cheek a little bit. Now, no matter what complexion you are, if you only like matte blushes, then don't get this. You know what I mean? But I don't mind. I mean, Sunbeam is a perfect name for this collection. And I did use it as an eye shadow. When did I use it? The other day. I can't remember where I went. Oh, when I went to my cousin's party. So you see that? Oh, let me change my battery. So you're lying. I'm gonna let you know like this. If the floor is wet, that's gonna be the time that y'all spend in the pool on that wet floor. So while I was changing my battery, I was like, what are y'all doing? And somebody said, because y'all real quiet. They said, they're playing Try Not to Laugh, but not with water. That means you're playing with water. Hey, what's up? Are you playing Try Not to Laugh?
Wait, no, we're not doing it with water.
I didn't even know that game was played with water. So why would I?
We're not doing it with water.
Oh, okay. Because if you are,
Socks are you wearing?
I'm wearing Tyrone shorts. If you are, listen to me. If the floor is wet, that's you in the pool. That's your time in the pool. So just imagine that's you in the pool.
Oh. Ow, you pool?
They think I'm playing. I'll take Marky to the pool. Marky's already dressed. All right, so there it is. Well, look how beautiful that is. It's beautiful and natural. Oh, yes. I think I'm gonna just leave it there. Maybe not, let's see. I knew they were up to something. They're never quiet. This is such a beautiful, it's just smooth. This has to be like one of my faves for right now, cause it's So the balm that I got is in the shade Sunflower, and that's the color here. So there it is. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know, this is nothing special. And I don't, for Chantecaille, I think this was $35. That's not a ridiculous price for this brand, but I did get 25% off of that. So it feels great. I don't know what ingredients they use. It's probably something good, but I love this. This is just a very natural little color. And honestly, I feel like this looks good. I don't even really need any eyeshadow. This is just a really beautiful, fresh look. And I didn't even need to do the foundation if I didn't want to. I could have just done the concealer. But so far, I like this look. The bronzer, I'm getting used to. So that's not my favorite right now. But I love how everything feels. I love how the foundation looks. I think it is really nice. If you are looking for a new foundation, this Hourglass one, I think is it. I think anything that Hourglass has that says Ambient, I'm kind of all over it because it looks good in real life. That's how I feel. Like you saw what it looked like with the light off. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prime my eyes, and let's get to the fun part, y'all, which is eyeshadow, of course. I'm using the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in the shade Eden. Somebody come get these kids. That's all I can say. Somebody come get them. Come get them. No, I love them, but you know what I'm saying. It's like they're doing too much. I think I've had like 10 different conversation topics since we've been on this video, but I think I want to make some life changes for me and for them. There's just too much multitasking going on, too much ADD, ADHD going on. And you know, my theory is that like we're like that because we're just not used to doing one thing. I don't think people necessarily really have ADHD. Some people might, but there is an increase in it. I noticed it in myself. Like I take medication for it, TMI, but I do because I have a very hard time focusing, and I noticed it most when Mark passed away, just because I had to really do everything by myself and my focus is just not there. So I do need help because I am balancing so much. Let's talk about this eyeshadow palette though. Y'all, okay, this is the Uoma Beauty Make It Black Freedom palette. How beautiful is this palette? How gorgeous is it? I saw Millie, Bad to the Brow, she did a review, and then Martina Lily, and I was like, this is the palette that makes me want to try on Uoma Beauty. This was it. Oh, I bought one of their contour sticks too, but not gonna be using it today. This palette is like neutral with all the pops of color I need. Like you get all your neutrals, all your basics here, and a black, and then your pops. Like, come on, y'all. Like, what else can you ask for? I can't ask for anything other than this. Look at the names, y'all. Nkrumah, King, Pac, X, Selassie, Fela, Dubois, Lewis, Garvey, and Nelson. Stop. Don't stop. This is, let's get into it, y'all. Now, this is a true first impression. I have not swatched a thing. I'm gonna go ahead and highly recommend this palette though. I don't care. Just off GP. Now let's go ahead and do something here. Let's go into, because we kind of have this red here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use Nelson right here just to transition up in here, and then I think I'm gonna go into Garvey, that reddish toned brown. Tag, this reminds me of one of my Sydney Gray shades I just talked about, like for the one and done. I'm using a Sonia G Classic Crease into Nelson. Let's see about this baby, because I had to try it for myself. Now this is not gonna really show up. This is my skin tone, so if you're lighter, it might show up. If you're deeper, it might. But on me, you're not gonna see too much, and that's okay. I just want to give something for the red to kind of go into. So I'm going into Garvey now, which was that reddish brown, and go ahead into, So anyway, all of the things that I'm talking about in this video, as far as the kids and focusing and all that, it goes into, y'all have heard me overusing the soft life term, because I had all these videos came up on my feed, like how I live a soft life, how I live this. But to me, a lot of those videos, it makes it look like living a soft life is like luxurious, which for me is gonna be more work. Like, you know what I mean? Like, to me, a soft life is the opposite of a hard life. It's a life of ease. And how can I make things easier? And thinking about that. And how can I make things easier for myself? Well, by decluttering my life, decluttering my materials, possessions that I don't need, i.e. makeup I'm not using, you know, focusing on one thing at a time, one activity at a time, not all this multitasking, just slowing down. And oh my God, I've always been told, like, Cara, you need to slow down, you need to slow down. And that's my version, you know, of a softer life. Being out in nature, appreciating like just the outdoors, the simple things, just having a simple life. And even when I do my makeup, like, oh my God, I have to be to work so early this year, 7:15 early, that it's gonna be some soft life eye looks as well. It's gonna be some one and dones. That's what I'm kind of like trying to think about my channel and the direction that it's going. I mean, I don't know if it needs to have a direction, because I love to do eyeshadow, but I've been less interested in the intricacies of eyeshadow looks, you know? And I'm always trying to showcase a palette, and I'm doing that at a kind of an inopportune time because I have to get ready for work, and I'm always like running in the door late, full beat on, but that's because I'm filming. And I'm like, Cara, is that like even what you would really wear every day? No, probably not. So, you know, just thinking about all that. It's a lot of extra effort. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy it, but it's not necessarily me. Like sometimes I'll be at work and I'll be having a blue eyeshadow on, like, girl, you don't even like blue. Then I gotta look at it all day. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this is really pretty. Love this shade. I think it goes great with everything else that we've got going on here. So let's get into, we're gonna do it. Oh my God. Okay, first of all, the shimmers. Let's start with Ukruma. Now y'all, first of all, let me see if I can get my, woo, wait a minute, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool tone. You know what? Sometimes I like warm and cool together. Let's swatch Pac. Oh my God. Y'all, oh my gosh, this looks like Hot Spice Cider from Terra Moons. Was just talking about that shade. And then I was looking at King, which is, okay, are there shimmers always like this? Or is this a new formula? Because this is ridiculous. Let's look at Selassie. Oh my God, let's just watch them all. And X. Oh, you know what? I'm not even in focus. They need to stop. I don't even know what to do. Okay, I've got an idea. I'm gonna have to come back and play with this. I'm gonna take the shade Dubois, which is this one here. Oh my God, this is a Morphe M507. Let's see, hopefully I don't scratch my eyes out. Oh my goodness, I was about to say, did y'all see those shimmers? Like I didn't just show them. I'm gonna do a halo eye today, y'all. Wow. Now see, that is how eyeshadow should make you feel. Not like, it's all right. No, like it needs to feel like that every time. I'm just winging the brown out here. And I kind of like this. Like I did this before with something. I think it was the Mothership. It's almost like a halo, but it's not really right in the middle. It's kind of towards the outer part of the eye. Ooh, this is gonna be smoky. It's kind of like an asymmetrical halo. Then we'll get a inner corner highlight to brighten that right on up. This is, Now, I do have a little fallout, but who cares? See, I love the inspiration behind this palette, and then just like these colors are, especially like these shimmers, are so strong and powerful. Like the names that they're named after. Like, oh my God. So if y'all don't know, I don't think I've probably said this, but like out of all rappers, out of all of them, and I'm a big hip hop like head, but Tupac is number one, hands down. Like the level of emotion and passion that you hear in his music is unparalleled. Like you don't hear that with everyone. Like you don't hear the raw emotion with every rapper. Like it is just raw. Even when he was like beefing with Dre and Nas and everybody, those weren't like my favorite times of his, but the passion in his music is just, you cannot deny. And the talent, I mean, he's a poet. Oh my God, I can't go into it today. All right, so we've got this kind of smoky, let's look at it from here. Uoma is not, they didn't come to play. I'll tell you that. This is gonna be a look for either the champagne, the pink, or the gold. I'm gonna go with the gold. I'm gonna go with Pac since we were talking about Pac. So let's do that. Okay, this is out of this world. Oh my gosh.
What?
Not yet. Ariel's not home yet, baby. Oh, do y'all see this? I mean, this is no effort here. None. No trying. Y'all let me know if Uoma Beauty changed their formula before I go buy more palettes. Like, is this something new? Because I know they've had palettes that have caught my eye, but the ones that are set up like this, the black magic ones, I've just never bought them. Oh my goodness. Wow. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. How about that? I'm just gonna blend this. I wanted you to see it above the crease, so that's why I went up higher. Because with the hooded eyes, once I hold my eyes regular, you're not gonna see it too much. And I'm gonna go back into Dubois, which was the brown, and just kind of put it in the front. I'm just trying to have the shimmer kind of come in a gradient and not a harsh line. So I don't like that. I want it to look like a natural kind of segue. Look how gorgeous this is. I'm just playing around, so it's not like a perfected look or anything, but wow. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna just take a pencil brush into Garvey, which was that red tone. I'm gonna keep it close to the lower lash line. These boys about to get some coloring pages. Because I don't know what else to do. Ooh, this is amazing. And then I'm gonna do the inner corner with Nkrumah, which was more of that. Let me see how that's gonna look. Let's see. I think this can work. It's a bit dark for the under eye for me. So let's go into, let me try Lewis right here. Lewis is, let's try Nelson. And I usually don't really do matte under eyes too much. I mean, inner corners. What a predicament. I guess I don't need to have an inner corner highlight. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Okay. But look at this look, y'all. This is so pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this look off camera, and then I'll be back to let you know how I'm feeling about everything we tried today. We're back. Final look. This is ridiculously beautiful for no reason. And it was so easy. And I did take a highlight shade from, I just grabbed the Erd palette from Odin's Eye. It's kind of glittery, but I wanted a little sparkle there, nothing crazy. But I used 3 shades from this palette and have this look. And that's what I'm talking about with simplicity, because it really wasn't hard. And matter of fact, you didn't even have to do the halo eye. Just take, or 4 shades, I used 4 shades. Just take the gold and put it all the way across, a little brown on the outer corner. This is spectacular. This is very fantastic. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this palette is probably one of the best that have come out this year. It is, like, for me, it is right up my alley because it's those neutral browns that I've been going for lately. And then you can just add that sparkle pop of color. Like from here, it looks regular. From up close, it is, when you get up close, you see that it's something a little extra with it. I love the theme. I love the names. Like, they did that palette for sure. Yes, they did justice with this palette. Uoma Beauty, you are on my radar. If the shimmers are gonna be like that in the palettes, there's not gonna be many brands that can mess with them because they're indie quality shimmers, like singles, you know what I mean? Well, let me just go ahead and give you my final thoughts about everything, and then I will let y'all go because I gotta deal with these kids. So we started with the foundation. Absolutely love this. Me putting on 1 pump versus 2 is so much better for me and the looks that I like. Lately, I haven't been wearing as much makeup, so I can see myself using this more as the weather changes. I do know I don't need to buy any more foundation, and originally that was not on my list to buy, but I really do like the Hourglass products, and I like the finish that it gives in real life, not for the camera. I just like a real natural look. So yes to that. The Hygiene, yes to this. Love the base that it gives me to apply my makeup. I have used this with my Tatcha sunscreen primer. I think it interacts fine. I really like the dewiness of the Hygiene. The LYS concealer, that's something I could repurchase. And when it comes to concealers, since I try out different ones, I'm not sure when I'll come back around to repurchasing that one, but that would definitely be on my repurchase list. And I think it's like 19 bucks, which is very affordable, you know, when you think about luxury brands like the Pat McGrath concealer. I think it might be like $38. I think you get the same quality, if not better. The Chantecaille powder, let me know if y'all know of something that's similar to that, because I don't know of anything. I don't have a lot of experience with setting powders, but I definitely like this over the loose powders. Sometimes I could be heavy-handed, and this one just prevents that. I don't feel like I'm wasting product like I do when I'm doing the Pat powder. It's like I'm wasting. I have other powders that I like the Hourglass Veil is nice, the Rare Beauty is nice, but lately it's been the Pat powder. I just like the finish and the blur that it gives. But this, I don't use the Pat all over my face, as I was saying. The Chantecaille one, I'm gonna use it for my under eye as well as all over my face. Sometimes I'll use the Hourglass Ambient though. But no, this, I don't know. It's not cakey, it's radiant. If y'all have a cheaper alternative though, that is that type of formula, please put it in the comment section. All right, we had the Goa Bronzer. I do like the Goa Bronzer. It's not my favorite bronzing color, but I do like the sunburnt look. I think me liking that is gonna depend on what products I use with it. So like you see, I didn't put on any blush, and I just think it just might've been, I don't know, it just might've been too muddy. And I didn't wanna put it up in the blush area because I thought it was gonna be too dark. So I'm gonna still play around with the Goa Bronzer. Not mad that I have it. I think at their next sale, I would definitely like to try the Serena, because that color is one that I would use all the time. The Sunbeam products, so that's that flower highlight blush. Absolutely love that. It's like that peachy champagne. It looks really nice. I can see this looking nice, like I was saying, on different skin tones. It's just that it's not gonna give a blush effect on every skin tone. And most of the time with highlighters, if I'm using one, lately I haven't been as much, I'm looking for a more natural highlight. I do like my galactic highlighters, you know, but this is just something special. Very, very nice. I think the balm is definitely passable. I mean, of course, all of this stuff is. The balm is nice though. It just gives you a little bit of color, and it almost looks like I don't have anything on my lips. I know that I do because my lips are pale, but so it gives me like a nice flush that I like. And the eyeshadow palette, y'all, I am just shooketh is the word. I hear people use that. I don't think I've ever used that word, but I am shooketh about this palette. These shimmers, They are amazing. I don't even know what to say. I'm gonna have to come back and maybe do some more looks with the palette, but just off a first impression, I think this eye look is beautiful. To me, it's glam. Like, it's like everyday glam. You know what I mean? It's really nice. It's smoky. You know, I didn't have to make it smoky like that at all. Just the range of what they chose here in this palette, I think it was just smart. To me, this palette is very well-rounded. I will put a link to that palette in the description box. I think it's just on Uoma Beauty's website. It is really, really beautiful. Like, beautiful with no effort required. I think that's everything that we covered in this video, and I'm gonna let y'all go because I know I talked about so many different topics in this video, from kids to Tupac to all kinds of things.
Why are we going to the pool?
Well, we've got about an hour and a half. Do you need an activity? Because I can come up with
that long?
It's 90 minutes. If you have anything to add to this little makeup therapy session, go ahead and add it in the comment section. Let's just help each other through these crazy times. That's the best I can do. So thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me today for this Get Ready With Me. I hope it was therapy for you. It always is for me. So until I see you again, make sure you're being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice. Stay safe. And I will see y'all really soon. Bye.